This lesson is on series by Energized Math. Please visit energizedmath.com at the end of this video to download this note. There's two main types of series we're going to talk about. The first one is arithmetic, and then the second one will be geometric. Arithmetic, you're adding up some sort of common value that's being added on. So 2, 5, 8, this is, you get 3 being added on. Now there's going to be letters we're going to use in our formulas. The first one is going to be an A, and the second one is going to be your D value. A is the first term, so my A is 2. The D is your difference, how much it's changing by. So in this case, it is going to be a 3. Formulas we're going to use. The first formula is from our sequence formula, general term, A plus n minus 1 D. If you don't recognize this formula, please go back to our previous video on sequences to learn about this formula. Then we're also going to use two additional formulas, Sn, which is going to be for the sum of the series. And you're going to have n over 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 times d. An alternative formula we're going to use is also Sn equals n over 2, and you're going to have a plus Tn. Okay? Both of these two formulas are identical. They're the same thing, just different formats. And this formula here is for your actual term itself. If you see a formula that starts with an S, okay, it is for the series, and it's going to be the sum of the series. So when you want to add up everything, you're going to use a formula that starts with an S. The second type of series we're going to talk about is geometric. And in geometric, same thing. You have an A being your first term, which is 2. And here it's being multiplied by some sort of common ratio. And I want to have it goes 2. Then I just changed that to a 6. 2, 6, 18. So here I have a ratio of 3 being multiplied, okay? And the formulas I want to use, okay, term formula, Tn equals A R to the n minus 1. And then I want to have, so that's for the term, and then I want to have the Sn equals, and it is A times R to the n minus 1 over R minus 1 for the sum of the series. So using these formulas, we're going to answer a few questions, okay? First question will be, find the sum of the first 7 terms. Okay, so let's take an arithmetic one. Let's go 3, 5, 7. I want to add these up. Dot, 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 and let's go to the first 7 terms. So I'm going to use Sn because I want to find the sum. Okay, now I have n over 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 d. So my n was 7, so 7 over 2. My first term is 3, so it's going to go 2 times 3 plus 7 minus 1. And my difference, when you look at it's going up by 2, so my d is 2. Now I'm just going to try to simplify this. So I have 7 over 2, which is 3.5. I'm going to have 6 plus, well, 6 times 2. Do in my brackets here, I want to have 12 for 6 times 2, add another 6, it's going to be 18, so 3.5 times 18. Grab a calculator if you need to, and calculate that, so I'm going to have 3.5 times 18, which gives me an answer of 63. Okay. Sometimes you don't know how far you want to go. So let's take a sequence that goes 6, 8, 10, and let's go up to 58, okay? And I want to find the sum of this sequence. Now I might have a little bit of work I need to do. First thing I have to do is I need to find out what term number that is. So I have to use my term formula, Tn equals A plus n minus 1 d, to try and figure out what that is. So I'll put in my A value of 6 plus, I don't know what term 58 is, so I'm going to leave n as an unknown. My difference is 2, but my Tn, my term itself, I know is 58. So let's try and figure out what my n is. So again, doing some algebra, 6 plus, multiply my 2 into both those terms, 2n minus 2. I want to have 58 equals 4 plus 2n. Take my 4, subtract 4 from both sides, I want to have 54 equaling 2n, and that's going to give me 27 equal to my n value. Now I had two options for formulas to use. I can choose the second one, so Sn equals n over 2 a plus Tn to try and figure out the sum. So I'm going to have, I know my n is 27, so 27 over 2. My first term is 6, and my last term is 58. I could use the other formula that I had just previously used right up here to answer the same thing, and it would give me the exact same answer. So 27 over 2, I want to have, when I do this, I want to have 64. So 27 over 2 times 64 equals 864 as a final answer. That is arithmetic sequences, or series. For geometric, let's do an example. Let's do 2 plus 6 plus 18, and let's find the sum of the first 7 terms. Okay, so here I know my n is 7 because I'm going that far. I know my a is 2, and I know my r is 3. So using the formula, sum of the first 7 terms, okay, and you had the formula a times r to the n minus 1 divided by r minus 1. Okay, so I'm going to put in 2, and I want to have my common ratio is being multiplied by 3, so it's going to be 3 to the exponent of 7. Subtract 1 over, and it's going to be 3 minus 1. 2 times 3 to the 7 minus 1 over 2. Now I have a 2 on the top and the bottom. In this case, they're going to cancel out. That often is not the case, but in this case they do. So I can just simply do 3 to the 7, 3 to the exponent of 7, and then subtract 1 from it, and it'll give me the sum of that, what that series all adds up to, and I'm adding the first 7 terms together. I keep on going. I don't need to know what the 7th term is, but I do know how to add them all up. This lesson is on series. It is brought to you by Energize Math. Please visit energizemath.com to download this note. Thank you very much.